This project was a lot of fun and very messy, as you can see. And hello everyone, welcome to Uri Design Studio. If you're new to my channel, I'm Uri, and in this video, I would like to share with you a new technique that I learned this week. It's paint pouring, and it can be even applied to furniture, I think. So let's get going. Let me share with you how I was able to implement this technique to create this sign for my husband.
Uri Designs, unique expressions.
I'm going to be using this Canva 12 by 24. I got it on sale at Hobby Lobby, and this color pour premix that I got in Johan Fabrics. I already prepared what I'm going to put in my sign, but I want to show you how I do it. I select here in Cricut Design Space a square, but I'm going to modify it here by unlocking this, and I'm going to put the length here and the width of the Canva that I'm using, which is 12 by 24. Now to add the text here, I'm just going to select text, and I'm going to first change the color so you can see it better to white, and then select the font. I already selected the font. I'm going to be using the name of the font. It's Arial Black. Now I'm going to type my phrase, which is no reserves. And because I already know what font size I'm using, I'm just going to change it right here, which is 40. I'm going to move it to the middle here. And the easiest way to do the next phrase is to copy, paste this one. So I just do copy and paste. And then I change the phrase to no retreat. And I'm going to do the same thing with the last phrase. And I'm doing the same thing for the author of this quote. I copy paste. But something important is to keep in mind if you want to use a different font to change it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change the size of the font here, and then I'm going to change the font. And I already know which one I use, so I'm going to change it right here. And the font I'm using here is Arial Narrow. I'm centering it. Let me change it to white so you can see it better. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Now, I'm just going to get rid of this because I did it just to show you, but I already have it ready here. And before I send it to cut, I'm going to attach all of them. So I'm selecting each phrase and attaching them. This is going to help me just have one piece all together and center it in my sign. Now I'm going to turn off this layer because this was just for the purpose of representing the size of the sign that I'm using. Now I'm going to click here, Make, to send everything to be cut. Okay, so now I'm selecting material size, which is 1224. It's the matte that I'm using, and I'm going to leave mirror off and click continue. Now the material that I'm cutting, it's vinyl premium outdoor because it's the permanent vinyl, and I'm going to select more for the pressure. I always like to do more. And now my Cricut machine is going to cut all the vinyl Time to unload the mat. And I'm getting rid of all the negative space here of the vinyl. I'm going to use the transfer tape to then make it easier to transfer all the phrases to the canvas. Time to pour the paint. I'm using this cup and I'm cutting the bottom off. First thing I'm doing is I'm pouring just regular acrylic white paint. This is going to be the base and it's going to help the other paint glide better. So as you can see, I'm using the cup without the bottom part so I can pour all the paint inside and glide it through my canvas. I'm just going to continue mixing all the colors and lifting up the canvas so the paint can glide through all the corners. And for the edges of the canvas, I'm going to just use my hands to make sure that everything is covered. You don't have to use the pre-mix kit. You can also mix your acrylic paint with a medium for pouring. As I mentioned before, this is the first time I'm using this technique and I really like it. I thought it was going to be harder. It's messy, but make sure that you put something on the bottom that you don't care to mess up. And I'm going to use my blower to just give a little bit more texture on the edges. And I let it dry for 24 hours. And this is how it turned out. I think it's so beautiful. I like the movement. I like all the colors. Now it's time to add the phrases. And this was challenging because I wanted it to be as straight as possible. And it's not an easy thing to do when you're dealing with sticky transfer. And so I did my best. You'll see how it goes. So I use my ruler and tape to kind of guide me through the process. And I'm going to do the same thing with the author of this phrase. I'm going to use my transfer tape and I'm going to place it right here. I was trying to decide if it was better on the bottom, but I think this is the right placement. So let me just show you exactly how I do this. I'm going to use the transfer tape to put it on top. Brush it down completely to then remove the backing. I already measured and marked the ruler with a tape to make sure that I place the name in the middle and making sure that I'm transferring all the letters, carefully removing the tape. And that's it. I think it came out so beautiful. This is the first time I'm using this technique and I think it came out good. I hope you like it. Please, if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that. Until next time, goodbye.